Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's Braden KG, and welcome back to another NFL video. Today, we're talking about Frank Reich's introductory press conference. Now, Frank Reich today made a lot of good points, and he proved he has a plan. Like, Frank Reich might be one of the most successful coaches for the Panthers and prove the Indianapolis Colts organization wrong. And one of the main takeaways from this press conference and the post-press conference was the quarterback situation. Panthers fans, everyone is just wondering and theorizing who's going to be the Panthers quarterback next year, right? It's just going to be CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson, Lamar Jackson. There's some new reports of Carson Wentz. No Carson Wentz. New reports of Matt Ryan, like Derek Carr. There's a lot, all right? Anyone can be the Sam Darnold, right? Like, list goes on and on and on. But Scott Fitterer, who, if you don't know, is the general manager for the Carolina Panthers, he's known for doing trades. He traded for Stephon Gilmore. He traded for Sam Darnold. He traded for a lot of guys. He traded for a lot of. I think he traded for Hassan Reddick too. He does not hold back. He's a good general manager. He was asked about the quarterback situation and the potential drafting a quarterback situation. And I'm gonna play the video for you guys. Let me know what you think from this answer.
I think you're right on a lot of that. I think you got to have conviction. If there's a guy in this class that you like, you got to go up and if you like him, go get him. We're in a position now where we have defense, where we have an offensive line. We've built around this for this opportunity. So if you have conviction, go get them. If it's not, you don't want to force it. You don't want to take a player and pass on a really good player. That might set you back. But you can't be afraid to take a shot if you believe that's the guy.
Now, did you catch that right at the end? He said that the Panthers have the assets to trade up in an ideal situation to take a quarterback this year. Now, that sounds an awful lot like they're going to trade up this year and draft CJ Stroud, which is a huge deal. Like, that is a perfect trade. That is a perfect draft. That's who the Panthers need for a playoff berth, potential Super Bowl run. He is that guy who has the accuracy. I'm gonna play another video. It's Frank Reich and what he describes as a good quarterback.
Quarterback yourself, what makes a great quarterback?
Well, I think there's a lot of things, but it really starts with toughness. You got to be mentally and physically tough. Everybody thinks that, the quarterback's not down in the trenches. The quarterback's got to be tough. The other thing that makes a quarterback great is just he's got to be a great decision maker. He's got to be a great decision maker. He's got to be an accurate passer. And then he's got to be a playmaker. He's got to be a playmaker, like in those crucial situations in a game. Third down, red zone, end of the game, 2 minute. The quarterback needs to elevate the team. He needs to make the plays when you need to make it. And then the last thing I think when I think about quarterback play is just that X factor, just those intangible leadership qualities that bring the guys together. He's not the only leader on the team. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of great leaders on the team, but the quarterback has a special role in that regard, and you got to have that.
Everything Frank Reich describes of what he likes in a quarterback describes CJ Stroud. Also, earlier in the press conference, before the whole thing about Scott Fitterer saying that they're going to trade for a guy, Frank Reich brings up the fact that he likes the modern age quarterbacks that can run the ball, that are mobile, who can lead a guy away and then give up a chunk play, right? I'm going to start playing clips here and there, so you don't just hear me talking. You'll hear him actually saying the words.
Getting back to quarterback a second, what type of quarterback do you prefer? Do you prefer a running style quarterback, where you mentioned the RPOs, or like, Jalen Hurts, or do you prefer more of a traditional drop back type of quarterback? What do you prefer?
We all know where the game's going, right? And we all know the game is going to, a more movement style quarterback. I embrace that. I love that. So ultimately, we can adapt to whatever, but where the game is going, and most of the guys coming out in college have more movement. So that quarterback is back there and he is a threat to run. You watch Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, which our offenses are very similar just because of our connection with Nick Sirianni and so on and so forth. And the quarterback's running his own read and he's a threat to run. It just puts the defense in conflict, right? Slows the backside down. We have a saying that we'll say on offense: front side wins games, backside wins championships. Front side wins games, backside wins championships. Okay, well, if the backside wins championships, and if I got a quarterback who can run and he's making that defensive end hold his water, or making the linebacker hold the water at the second level, it's just going to give my guys more room on the front side. It's going to put the offensive lineman in a position to have better leverage. So if you got that guy, that's the game you play, and you put it to the player's advantage. But at some level, even those guys, and Mr. Tepper and Scott and I talked about this, you got to have a guy that can win from the pocket. We're not going to drop back. If we have one of those guys, we won't drop back 50 times, but you got to drop back 10 times. It's 3rd and 10, and the game is on the line. You probably are playing from the pocket, so we can develop that as well. You want to be able to understand who you're drafting or understand who you're acquiring, continue to develop them as a player. We can all get better. I can be better as a coach. They can become better as a player, whether we're signing a guy or drafting a guy. But ultimately, that's the challenge, and that's the excitement of it.
He's still describing guys like Lamar Jackson, Anthony Richardson, and CJ Stroud. Like the 40-minute press conference today just proved to me that they're going to get a guy. Like they're going to get one of the big guys this year, this next offseason. They're going to get a guy. And it's really exciting because Panthers fans know and NFL fans know the Panthers have always been a quarterback away. At least for the past 5 years. It's been a quarterback. They have the assets. They have DJ Moore. They have one of the best receivers in football, right? They had the running back. They had CMC. They had McCaffrey. They have an offensive line now. They used to not really have a great offensive line. It was usually like quarterback first and then line, but now they got the line first. And we obviously saw last year with Sam Darnold, out of nowhere, reviving his career basically. He played great at the end of last year. He played phenomenal. He had some okay throws. He had some bad decisions, but really, he played all right? But anyways, they've always been a quarterback away. And so, that's why they traded for Teddy Bridgewater. That's why they traded for Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. That is why they did all those things. And now, to hear that they're going to try and get a franchise guy, a guy that they're going to have long term, that's good, right? A guy that can learn, a guy who can instantly succeed and blend in, right? That is really exciting. And a lot of the other things he said in his press conference, a lot of things. He said that the defense is great and that the top 5 defense can just really win you ball games, right? And that's the truth. The Panthers have had a great defense for the past 3 years. Top 10 every single year. Ever since that Brian Burns accusation, ever since they brought in Dante Jackson, it's little pieces. Jeremy Chin, J.C. Horn last year. J.C. Horn proven that he's a top 5 cornerback. People are just now realizing it. He's going to have a breakout season next year. I'm so excited for that. And he brings up the fact that they established a good run game at the end of last year. But I'm just summarizing it. You guys can go and watch the 40-minute press conference if you want to. I did not know it was actually 40 minutes. I was watching it in school. Like, I just brought it up, had my AirPods in, and it was like he just brought it in, he kept talking and talking and talking. I was like, dang, this is a good press conference. Like, it was 40 minutes long. It was crazy. Anyways, he was talking about all the good things that the Panthers have done and put together and how good the team is right now. And they're just that 1, 2, 3 things away that he's going to deal with. And him and the organization is going to deal with. And it's really good. It's really exciting off-season for the Carolina Panthers for sure. Now, it's just an update to give you guys. I guess I got some other updates. I just saw that Sean Payton is the coach of the Broncos now. That's really big. That's really big for the Broncos. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like that move. I wasn't too big of a fan for Sean Payton to come to Carolina. I wasn't too big of a fan. I mean, Saints. I hate the Saints. And then the fact that they would even potentially trade a first-round pick for a coach. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of that, but Broncos, they're doing it. I like that move. I think Russell Wilson's going to thrive in Sean Payton's offense. I think they're going to be a good team next year. And then I also saw DeMeco Ryans is going to the Texans, which everyone knew that. Everyone knew he was going to the Texans. He played there. We knew that. But 2 big moves today. Teams are getting their head coaches now. Just first off the board was Frank Reich and the Panthers, and I think the Panthers got the best coach off the board. And yeah, like I said, that was just a quick little update of the big day for Panthers fans and a Panthers update for you guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Thank you for all the love and support you guys have been showing me the past few days. It means a lot to me. It really does. I love coming on here and talking about the Panthers and talking about things that I like to talk about. Just straight up share my thoughts and stuff. Just freely share my thoughts. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Take care. See you guys later.